All right. Hello, everybody. Once again, we're back on these airplane seats. We have customers walking in and out. So I'm going to explain to you some of the things that what we've been doing on these seats to where we can catch you up, and they're not completely made. So we're working on some, but we're not finished with them. So I'm going to let you in on where we're at and what we've been doing. We did glue all this right here just now. A lot of airplanes that the covers is glued on. If you've seen some of the other videos, you can tell that they were glued on. We took these seats right here all the way apart, even the springs, just like this one. And you see, we took it completely apart. We sandblasted all the springs. We put burlap down on it. We glued it in place. We went on top of it right here. You can call it carpet pad or you can call it spring felt, whatever you're using it for. So it's about a 1/2 inch thick. We put that over there where we can use thinner foam. And it keeps the springs from biting into the foam. So you got to have some kind of base down. So we put the base down just like this right here. That is thin, maybe about that thick, a good density pad. And we built these up. If you've seen these seats before, this right here was all open. All this right here was a bar, and it was cut out. And, you know, I'm laying around thinking, how am I going to fix this right here? Because it didn't have no patterns or nothing with it. So I decided to just leave this bar right here sticking out and then close this right here in. I thought it would be easier to cover to just close that in. So you can tell right here, if you see the seam right here in the foam, you can tell where I close that in. And right in here, where this right here was going in and down on the other videos, I filled that up with foam, and you can see it right here. That is a real high density pad. So I filled that up and went on top of the bar and made it a little more smoother. So as you go, sometimes when you're fabricating this stuff, who knows what you're going to run into. You might have to go back and change some stuff before you get done with it. All right, so this right here, it's pretty close to being ready, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this. Pull it tight.
Jane Ann Bloomin says hello.
Hey, Bloom. Every time I hear your name, honey, I think about them boots. I just do. I don't know why. And I feel like thanking you for them every time. I do appreciate that. I can't wear them up here, though, because they're too nice. So I had to wear them when I'm going somewhere or I'm doing something that I don't want to mess them up, because, you know, I try to take care of my stuff. Okay, if you look at that right there, that's just a contact glue. Most of these airplanes, a lot of this stuff is glued. So that's glued. And if you see this right here, we had to get the scather out and fix it. It had a broke piece on it when it was new, brand new, and in the shipping, the thing got broke. So we had to take it apart and braze some pieces and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do now is take this piece of pad and just use it as a shield, because I got to put some glue on this right here. And I got to glue this piece right here down. And this seat right here will be pretty much done. But the other one, we're still putting it together. So that's the one we're going to show you how we did some of this stuff. And to keep from getting that on that leather. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? You wanted to see these airplane seats, didn't you? Hold it right. Wait. So we're going to put a piece right across here. And this, all it's for is just to keep it off of the rest of the leather. I don't care if it gets on this bottom part because it's going to be up under the seat, but this other part right here, I don't want it on there. So we're going to take this right here. I want a good coat on there because I want it stuck really good. Now I'm not going to go ahead. I'm not going to go ahead and start trying to stick that until it dries. And I got to let it dry good. That's the reason I'm going to start on that other one over there. Hey, we put some medallions on there.
On what?
On this right here.
Heck yeah.
That looks cool, don't it?
Perfect, yeah. That looks good.
Yeah. I think it looks pretty good too. Once it's all said and done.
He ain't gonna know what happened when he picked up his airplane seat.
No.
He don't.
This is all we got left right here. Out of all that leather, we had two big hides, and this is all we got. Is these pieces right here.
And the brown.
That's it. And
I saw it.
you know, when the guy's in the leather business, but he ain't in the seat cover business. So he thought that this was gonna be enough leather to cover both of his airplane seats. And I'm telling you, these is the size pieces that we got. It's just little old bitty pieces, you know. You got to cut patterns out of it. We don't have a piece. We don't have a piece other than this piece right here that big. I mean, you just, once you start cutting it up and you get these angles and stuff out of it, plus we put these pockets on the back of there. So I think that's going to be pretty neat. I would have rather had like a big rivet on the bottom of that, a rivet going through there where it would like hold it more, but that's leather. And I'm telling you, if you've ever tried to break some leather like this, like that, it don't tear. This don't tear very easy. And if you look at that, I might have showed y'all that before on the other video, how thick that is. That is thick. Come back here and show them, Wes. This pile of scathing right here. I had to get the old scather out. And if you look right here, that ain't nothing but a pile of scathings right there. That's where we thinned that leather down, just to where I could sew it. Because when I was working on one of them bottoms, it was so doggone thick, it was knocking my doggone clutch out on my sewing machine. And all you do is just run that through here, that very sharp blade right there, skin it right on down. And actually can skin it, if you ain't careful, if you ain't got this thing set just right, it'll skin it for you. But you see, we still got the box right here that it came in. Right there. So I hadn't even took it out of the box. But right here, if you look real close right here, when in shipping, that right there got broke, that piece. So I cleaned all that up and brazed it back together. And we just happened to have the exact color of the paint. So we just painted it. We just missed a spot right there. So there you go. I'm probably going to have to order some parts for it, you know, to get it some other stuff just right for it. What you been doing today? Working. This right here is the headrest. That is the headrest out of a, now we did have the patterns to this. This is the headrest out of a
Jeep Liberty.
Jeep Liberty. So that was going to work pretty good. And they match now. So we had just enough material to do these seats, which we do have a little bit. I think we might have enough to insert those back seats.
We
with
got
that.
gray. We've got the brown's the one we don't.
Yeah. We don't have a lot. That right there still tacky. I sprayed it on there heavy. But I'm telling you, without that skater, this would have been a very hard job. All right, so I had just started doing this right here, and I told Wes, I said, you know, we ought to finish up a video. That's spam risk. If any of y'all can give me your phone number, I will send you this number. 478-834-8012. That's spam risk. I wish everybody would start calling in. What I'm doing is just going around this right here and marking, putting me a few little marks around this right here, especially if it was a regular pattern and I could kind of tell about where it was sewed, I would not mark it that much. But whenever all these are homemade patterns, and I really got to have this cover right here just right, because leather is expensive and I don't have no more. And it don't take me but just a minute to mark it on around. I can keep up with exactly where I'm at. And we don't like to make mistakes. You done put yours up for the winter, Steve?
No,
Huh?
got to ride next weekend. Always for the boys at the sheriff's youth home.
Ain't it supposed to be like raining?
No, that's this weekend. It's next weekend. I don't know what the weather next weekend will be.
We're supposed to go look at the Christmas lights this weekend.
Supposed to be cold.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go look at Christmas lights. You know that ain't really me that's gonna, you know what I mean? You know what that is, don't you?
You know you like looking at them.
That's
I'm doing what you told.
yeah. You do what you told sometimes. I wish I could say, Billy Joe, give me some coffee. I wish I could say that. She probably throw something at me. All right, that matched up just exactly right. I mean, it couldn't have matched up no better than that. You know, I looked up videos on airplane seats. There's not a lot of them. There's not a lot of people that probably want to do them, you know. Most of them are riveted together, made not to come apart. Most of them have they really was doing a big deal on weight. So it's a big thing, a big factor. And a lot of these old Cessnas, the backrest on them were made out of a thin plastic. That's amazing they had stuff back then that would last out of plastic. But nowadays, like the Dodge Dash, the Volkswagen door panels, all that kind of stuff will bust all to pieces, not made out of nothing. And you know these people from China's just laughing about it. Over the phone. This is some supple, soft leather. I mean, it's soft. So that feed dog on my sewing machine right there will sometimes pull harder than the top. So if you ain't got it just exactly, and that's one reason why I lined it up. If you ain't got it exactly right, leather don't slide real good. Bunch of people don't know that. But leather don't slide real good. That's the reason I'm pulling it on the back side of it with this hand. I seen that Mario the other day. I was thinking about what you said, Mario. He runs a tight ship though, don't he? Yeah.
It's a matter of opinion.
When Steve's there overlooking it.
He runs a tight ship.
Depends on what kind of ship you want to ride on.
You know, I never finished showing them on the video about. I showed them some of the cut down and stuff on your Harley Davidson seat, but I never showed them the finished product. I should have showed that video.
You sure should have.
Yeah, you can't do them all, you know what I mean? I'm liable to have 10 people in here talking ugly and stuff.
Yeah, that's it. It's a little blurry, but it gets real blurry the closer you get. That's about as close as you can get.
It did look good though once it was done with it. Sure didn't stay.
Really good. I ain't got nothing but compliments.
Steve come in here and said, "Man, that ain't gonna work." I was like, "Oh man, we got to stop. We got to stop right here.
I didn't say that.
That thing ain't gonna work." I said, "We got to stop. We got to figure this thing out."
You figured you had it. After we got away from the perforated,
Yeah. Yeah. Once we got away from the perforated, wasn't it?
it was over.
All right, let's see what this looks like right here. That's sticky right there a little bit. This right here ain't. So what I'm gonna do is just take it and pull this right here down. Try to center it on this seat frame. All right, so we're gonna take and pull it. Just touch it. Once you touch it, it's just like nailing it. Okay, just like that. Just like that. We're gonna come around here. I really, really wish that this right here was folded under, Wesley, like that. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Hey, once you stick it, it's stuck now. I'm gonna fold this up under here and give it a finished seam. Or either have to cut it off. I'd rather just put a finished seam on here like this. There we go. Just like that. All right, let me see who that was. That might be that dude bringing me another hide.
All right, Hollywood. I didn't know you Hollywood, and I'm gonna go on down the road.
Yeah, we finna finish that though. Here, I'm gonna show them how this thing's gonna look. That way, it's just a short video, but I was gonna show them how it's gonna look. Once this is folded under here like this right here, like that, it'll be a finished seam, see, and we'll glue that right there. Like I said, all these airplane seats is like glued on. But this is what the seat's gonna look like right here, if you can tell anything about it. So we're gonna stick this one on the backrest over here on the bottom. Like I said, these right here, the guy wanted headrest on it, so we're gonna take and put these headrests on it just like this. I think they look pretty good with the headrest on it, just like that.
Hold on.
He wanted bolsters on it, just like the picture, wherever it's at.
I don't know where the picture is. You want the bottom?
I think I had it over there.
Well, it's probably in front of you, covered up. with
Over
something.
here. So here it is. Ain't it? Here it is. Okay, here's the picture. So we had to have an idea of what we was gonna do before we done it. So you see it ain't turned out exactly the same way, but at least we had an idea. So he knew about what he wanted. He wanted a pocket on the back, and you need to sit down and draw your customer stuff out a little bit so they'll know exactly, kind of like they ain't in the dark. So just kind of show them how you want it fixed. And this is the way, this is basically the way that we done it. Was we turned it right in here, just like in the picture, put this piece up here. I thought that it needed something a little bit more, so we put a medallion in it right here. It's a V, kind of like an airplane wing, but put the headrest on it, and this is basically the finished product right here. Is this. These things don't weigh nothing. I mean, they just, if you eat a heavy meal, you're gonna weigh more than these plane seats. Like Quinn, if he eats a heavy meal, he's gonna weigh a lot more than these plane seats. I'm just gonna stick these little. As a matter of fact, these don't have no screws in or nothing. They just got pins in it. That's the reason I'm sticking a screw in it.
They do have a bolt through it. You just ain't asked for the original ones.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they're right here. Oh,
All right.
you just never asked for the original. You kept using those, so
Oh, Wesley knows where they at.
I took it apart. I mean, I
I
kept.
didn't take it apart. Wesley did. Okay. So this is another thing. Whenever you stick your foam rubber up here on the seats, come over here close with you. I'm gonna show them this. All right, you see this seam right here? This seam right here? You want all this stuff to line up. So I come over here and I angled it to where these seams right here line up like they're supposed to. You can't do a whole bunch with an airplane seat because of what it is. But there's this pocket on the back. That's a junk catcher. Not made to put a pile of stuff in, but a lot of people do, you know. So there you go. That's the seat cover in a nutshell. That's the seat cover right there. It's exactly like this one right here. This is what it would look like whenever we put it on. We glue these seams right in here where we grooved it, just like this. Just like this. We take a little belt sander and groove that right there out and glue it really heavily down here in these grooves. And then we glue the cover right there. So that way we stick all that in there. that foam is glued all down real good, so it holds good. These right here didn't come out real good, so we had to cut out around it, and then take like what they call a Mustang tool. A friend of mine always calls it that. It's just a tucking tool. But anyway, that's it in a nutshell. They're just like new. All the frames has been painted. Everything's been redone all the way. The springs was took completely out. Everything was sandblasted and put all back together. Even the clips and springs and everything. So that's the finished job. I think these was display hides. What there was.
I think that's what he said. He had them hanging on the wall to show people.
Yeah, if you're gonna work with something like this, make sure you get a scathing machine. Because if you're doing something like this right here, without it, you're gonna work hard on trying to put it together and make it look right. If it's car leather, it ain't this thick. If you order it from a leather manufacturer that makes the leather and makes it thick enough that you don't have to do as much scathing, and then you still might. But we got chalk on here where we was writing on it with just a regular chalk like you use on a chalkboard, and it wipes off pretty easy. But I want to thank everybody for coming in and looking, and hey, we'll catch you on the next thing we're doing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.